Hey y'all, I'm back in the car, my little mobile office. I just wanted to take some time today to talk a little bit about mommy guilt and depression, because especially as a special needs mom, I think this happens so incredibly often and we don't even ever have enough time to think about ourselves when we're worrying so much about our kids. The boys have had a really rough start to the summer, and we are already on our second camp due to their outbursts and behavioral issues. The one broke a window at the first camp and the other bit a staff member during an episode and made her bleed. So even though it was a special needs camp, they have discontinued services. So now we're trying out a second camp, which is 3 times as expensive. Go figure. And we're starting all over again, hopeful that the staff there can actually meet their needs instead of just pretending that they can. And I'm exhausted. I was up most of last night crying after yesterday's events and having to contemplate quitting my career, which kills me because my career is something that I've worked for so long and I love what I do. I never even considered that being a mom and having a career were mutually exclusive until now, and at this point I'm looking for things that I can do to make money as a stay-at-home mom, which kills me because I absolutely love the work that I do in social services. I love being a counselor. I love working with youth who are struggling, but right now it's down to the fact that my kids are the ones that are struggling and I don't know what else to do. We have the APD waiver and there's minimal assistance as far as respite is concerned, but a couple weeks ago we tried out a new respite provider and Malik ran from the house each day and had to be picked up by the police and had to be Baker acted and evaluated, and DCF is involved, and I don't know what else to do short of quitting me to be everything that they need me to be, and that thought breaks my heart. I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to be a career woman. I've always wanted to have both of those things and be an example to other young women who have been told that it's not possible. And I'm doing that, and it's such a struggle right now. Like, I joined a support group recently online, of course, because who has time for anything in person? And it was about the self-care of special needs parents. And one of the introductory questions was like, what do you do for self-care? And I don't. I always encourage my wife to go out with her friends and to, you know, make sure that she's reaching out when she needs support from her friends or her family. And I really don't have that. I've allowed my friendships to kind of melt away, with exception of a few who are still standing solid and understand what it's like to have the boys. But as far as self-care, I don't read anymore. I don't write anymore. I don't hardly listen to music anymore. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't know when the last time I did something that was just for me. The biggest self-care that I have is sometimes on Sunday I sleep in a little bit in the morning instead of being up at 5 to get everybody up and going, and I need to be better about that because I feel like I am dying out here. I can't say I'm depressed, you know, I'm not qualified to make that diagnosis, but if nothing else, I feel depressed and I feel like every day is a struggle. I did not want to get out of bed on Sunday, and I laid in my bed and I cried. And I cried for no reason at all other than I am so sad. I'm grieving for the life that I always thought that I would have. I'm grieving for how much pain the boys go through on a daily basis. I'm grieving for the idea that I may have to give up on a career that I have built the last few years because my kids aren't succeeding with anyone else. They do well at home. We have the occasional outbursts and meltdowns, and at school, at camp, and everywhere else, I'm just waiting for the next thing, you know, the next phone call. My reactionary responses to everything are so heightened right now that, you know, counselor friends are telling me I have PTSD, and I'm jumping at every small noise, considering if it could be one of the boys getting hurt or hurting someone or trying to escape. My house is completely locked down at this point. I have padlocks on my doors. I have locks on the insides and outsides of all of the windows in the house. I can't even open up my window for fresh air. The sliding glass door is bolted. I feel like I live in a prison, and there is no escape from it. I go to work and I'm paranoid. I can't even walk away from my desk without my phone because I'm paranoid that I'm going to miss the phone call, and then they're going to call the cops, and the kids, one of them is going to end up arrested or seriously hurting someone, and I don't know how to cope with any of this. I don't know how to make it better. I don't know how to do any of this at all, and I'm really struggling right now with it all, specifically considering quitting my job and my career to stay home and take care of them and possibly homeschool. The mere idea of it, it feels like it just cracks my soul. I left work once before to stay home with them, and it was demeaning to me, and I mean no disrespect to stay-at-home moms. All of you that do it are friggin' incredible, and I value you and your choice. It's just never a choice that I thought I would have to make, and maybe if it was a choice it wouldn't hurt so much, but I feel like my hands are completely tied, and it sucks because I'm reaching out to providers, and I'm talking with our behavior analyst, and I'm talking with so many, you know, people that I know in the field, and they're like, well, what do you think other parents would do? And it kills me that the answer that I've seen time and time again when adoptive parents are struggling to manage the behaviors and difficulties of an adopted child is, it's quite simple to them. They give them back, and that's just not an option. That is not, you know, if these were children I birthed, I couldn't give them back, so why would an adopted child be any different as far as I'm concerned? It's not any different. It's not a choice to me. It is not an option, but it just really sucks that the system that screwed them up so much and would be so quick to persecute if we did need to have extra assistance is the same system that has nothing to offer us when we're trying so damn hard to keep our family stable and to keep our family intact. There's nothing. There's no more services. We have a therapist, we have a behavior analyst, we have a targeted case manager, we have DCF involved right now, we have post-adoption placement services, we have community action team services, we have everything. We did sexual abuse survivors therapy. doing it, and it's seemingly getting worse. And I know that, well, I hope that this is just a phase and that they will move on through this once they move on through it. But God, it just, the guilt of not being enough and the fear of what's to happen next is just incredibly overwhelming. I don't know, I feel really alone. I don't really have anyone to talk to about any of it. You know, we have friends who've adopted and their children are not special needs kids, they're neurotypical, they do well in school, and I envy that so much. I envy the fact that their children are able to do simple things like go on a bike ride or go out to ice cream without having to worry about the meltdowns and the fear of running away and every other consideration that is just our day-to-day life. And I just want a normal life for them. I just want them to be able to be little boys and grow into bigger little boys and have girlfriends and not have to worry about them being arrested or hurting someone or hurting themselves. And it is so incredibly lonely to not have anyone who understands. I just want anyone to know that they are not alone. We all seem to struggle alone and deal with the mommy guilt and the depression by ourselves, and there's not really a platform for us. And even if there was, we'd be too busy dealing with our kids' needs to actually utilize the platform. So just love each other, reach out. You know, mental health has been such a big thing in the media with all of these celebrities who are committing suicide. And every time a celebrity commits suicide, everyone wants to talk about mental health for a little while and then swipe it back under the rug. And mental health is not just celebrities killing themselves. It's about checking on your strong friend, because I'm the strong friend. Everyone comes to me. Everybody talks to me when they're having a problem. Everyone asks me when they need advice. But it's very rare that anyone just checks in on me just to say, how the hell are you doing? You know, because I'm so strong. But